That's a great question. I mean, look, for me, I got my start in Congress. Why I decided to run for Congress was a lot about healthcare. And, in particular, just trying to make sure that those who have pre-existing conditions can get the healthcare that they need and deserve. If there's only one thing that I could do, it would be that we can find a way to actually get everyone in this country the healthcare that they need and deserve. It's something that we that affects every aspect of our lives. It's so difficult, and I understand there's lots of different disagreements about how we achieve that and how we go about that. And I can't say that I found the magic formula in terms of and the right policy in which to accomplish that, but that would certainly be something that I would aspire to accomplish, and hopefully a goal that we can keep working towards. Well, I guess the most Korean thing about me is my love for food, but I know that that's sort of a cop-out answer, I feel like. But I mean, my favorite Korean food would definitely be kalbi. It's my mom's recipe is what I just dream of. She's never been able to explain to me what the recipe is because it's always just a little of this, a little of that. And so, it's something that I can never quite replicate, and as a result, it just makes the cravings even more strong. So. I have met the other Korean American members of Congress, so I was the first in about 20 some years, and then 3 more were just elected. So I try to tell them that I paved the way for them to come in, but they don't seem to agree. But we have discussed ways that we might be able to work together. We're trying to. I think we're still kind of they're still finding their feet on them. I'm still trying to get a sense of what I can be focused in on. But there are a couple different issues that we talked about, like adoptee issues and others that we've talked about how we can move forward on, as well as others. So, this is a work in progress, but I'm eager and excited to work alongside them. I see a lot of really difficult situations right now. A couple of things that stand out. Asian American small businesses have really been hit hard. And a lot of them don't necessarily have the same relationship with the banking sector and lending organizations. They have not necessarily been able to get and maximize what they're getting through the Paycheck Protection Program or other types of support. So those have been some of the more difficult conversations that I've had. We've also really seen what happens when communities and immigrant communities or other communities where English isn't their first language per se, where they have struggled when it comes to public health. For instance, right now, Korean American communities around the country, Asian American communities, they're not getting access to the vaccines at the same rates, in part because I've talked with, Korean American grandmas in my area that say that they can't navigate the websites, to make the appointments because it's in English only, and there are not really a lot of options for calling in and being able to get over that language barrier. So we've seen that same type of issue when it came to testing. I've spoken directly to Vice President Harris about this issue and others, and I'm hoping that we can try to make some fixes to make sure that we can help communities like the Korean American community overcome some of these hurdles to accessing public health. Yes, we should try to make sure that we have representation at every level of government, in every aspect of government. I say this as a former United States diplomat. When I started up as a career public servant at the State Department, I didn't see a whole lot of people that looked like me, especially in the upper ranks of the State Department. That did have an impact on whether or not I felt like I could have a full and rewarding career there. So it's important that we show that Korean Americans and Asian Americans have every bit of a right to represent anywhere. My district right now is 85% white, less than 1% Korean American, less than 3% Asian American population. And it's a district that voted for Trump. But this district voted for the very first Korean American Democrat in the history of our country. That shows that we can have a transformative level of engagement on that level. when it comes to my own next steps, I gotta just kind of take it one step at a time. So I'm very happy doing the work that I'm doing right now, representing Ocean County and Burlington County, and that's where my focus is right now.